Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. About a month ago, I made a video on how to draw this, and somebody is wanting to interlock the rings, but they're having trouble with the lines, and you'll see in just a second. So what we're going to do, and I was going to say I was going to put a link to that video, but I'm just going to kind of start over and do it again. It's pretty easy. Take a polygon on four sides, hit the control button, make it perfect, and then hit P to put it in the center of the page. Then turn it into a three-sided polygon, which is a triangle. We're going to bring in our indexing lines, and that's the center. And this is pretty important because Corel thinks the center of this triangle is right here, where it's really right here. Now we're going to take a 2-point line, start moving it, holding down the control button, and then we're going to hit P, but then we're going to select them both and hit B. Well, I didn't get them both. And hit B, and that puts that line to the bottom. Now, depending on how big you want your bars to be, we're going to Control D and make a duplicate. And while holding down the control button, let's make this one a little bit thicker. And then we're going to Control D again. You can select all these bars and group them together, Control G, and then Control D to duplicate them. Double click on your rotation and put it on your hairlines or on your indexing line. Now we're going to rotate this 240 degrees and then Control D, and it did that. Now in this very furthest out corner, take a 2-point line and go from there to there. Take your virtual segment delete key and delete those lines. Whoop, went too far. Delete that line, and that line. Now, it's probably easier to take this whole thing and group it together, Control G. Now we're going to take the Smart Fill tool and fill that in, and we get that shape. Now I'm going to actually use the Interactive Fill tool now to change the colors. I'm going to do what I did before. Let's put burnt orange in that corner, and let's put yellow in this corner. And you could add more, make it a little more yellow, make it a little more burnt orange maybe on this end. That looks pretty good. And the reason I grouped this stuff together is now I can move this out of the way. So, and then Control D to make a duplicate, click on the rotation and put it in the center of the page, and rotate it 240 degrees, and then Control D again. And you get that it kind of looks like a twisted triangle. Now, if we take all this and put an outline by right-clicking, it makes it kind of stand out a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and group this together, Control G, and then I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate, and I'm going to bring this over and actually put it right there. I'm going to take away my outlines or my indexing lines. Now, on one of these, we want to put to the back of the page. I'm actually going to, you know what, let's do this. Let's flip this thing and then put it right here. Now, take a rectangle and make sure you get all these little white parts so you're completely engulfed that. While that's selected, hold down your Shift key. Let me move this out of the way. We're going to move this over. And I'm nudging, I'm not moving. So here's your rectangle selected. Shift select this one and go up here to intersect. And what that did, it made that intersection. But here's the problem. If we take this one now and go to Object, Order, back a page, it looks like it's behind, but if we put this back over, this looks like it's in front. Well, where he's having problems with is these lines that it's created on the ends. So what we're going to do, I'm going to make my nudge factor double. So I only have to move it once. I'm going to make a duplicate of that and move it over here. Now this one, I'm going to take away the outline. On this one, I'm going to take away the fill by left clicking. Now we need to get rid, we want the other lines, but we don't want these ones on the end cap. So what we can do now, and if you can't click it with the shape tool, there's a reason, because it's grouped together. So we're going to go to Object, Group, and ungroup it. And now if we get the shape tool, I'm just going to select everything, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to break it apart. Then I can take these lines and delete these lines. I want the horizontal lines. I don't want the vertical line. Now I can move this back over, and we actually need to go to Object, Order, back a page on that so my lines show up. And now if we select all this, well, we're going to have to put, because I moved it to the, let me back up here. Let me put this in the front of the page, Object, Order, front of page. And then when we move this over, and now we move this over, look what it does. It creates an effect that is a twisted triangle. And you can see the lines, but we've gotten rid of those other lines. And as always, if you take a black box and color it in with black and go to Object, Order, back a page, it really makes it stand out. Anyway, I hope that helped that person, and thank you for watching.